This is where the Alamo Saloon once stood, here on Cedar Street in Abilene, Kansas. And this is where Wild Bill Hickok operated out of as town marshal in 1871. That is also where he had his final gunfight with gambler Phil Coe in October of 1871. I mean, it's an old Abilene town. It's a recreation of what Abilene looked like back in the day. It's a train depot. This is where the Smoky Valley Railroad runs out of, if I got that right. Very cool. Again, here's the side of the old depot. It says Texas, in 1867, the first drives were made up the Chisholm Trail. During the next 5 years, more than 1 million head of cattle were received in Abilene. So this right here, I was just told, this is the cabin that Wild Bill Hickok lived in when he lived here, when he was marshal here. That's pretty sweet. Now it doubles as a jail, but you guys just imagine Wild Bill Hickok used to live in here, partner. Let's look at these shotguns. And here's a white poster for the Daltons. Where the gunfighters stay. I believe she said a lot of these buildings, said this was opened in the late 50s, maybe early, like 1959. Sitting there somewhat, it's locked up, but she said this right here. It's a museum, Chisholm Trail Museum. Go in here and check this out. Talks about the first settlers, Timothy and Elizabeth Hersey. Staked out a small land claim near the area where Mud Creek meets the Smoky Hill River in 1856. So they were the first settlers here. A picture of Wild Bill. For more than a dozen tumultuous years, beginning in 1867, the Chisholm Trail was the Texas cowhand's road to high adventure. And here's a map of the Chisholm Trail. Starts down here in Austin, goes up through what I would say be Interstate 35, all the way up through Oklahoma, and then it branches and goes to Abilene or Ellsworth. We got different types of barbed wire. It's a Kelly single line from 1868. Here is Jesse Chisholm. He was born in Tennessee, most likely in the year 1806, to a Scottish father and a Cherokee mother. He moved west with his mother when large groups of Cherokee began to voluntarily migrate to the plains. Chisholm joined a party that explored the area where Wichita, Kansas is located today. There is Joseph G. McCoy. The saying, "Who was the real McCoy?" This is the phrase, "It's the real McCoy," has been used in American slang for well over a century, meaning it's the real thing or it's the genuine article. Some believe that the term originated with Joseph McCoy, the founder of Abilene's cattle trade, for making good on his promise to deliver 200,000 cattle to northern markets in 10 years, 10 times over, by delivering over 2 million cattle in less than half the time. Some people say it's for inventor Elijah McCoy, invented an oil drip cup lubrication system and used in locomotives. When ordering the product from suppliers, the rail companies would ask if they were getting a real McCoy opposed to an inferior counterfeit product. I don't know. Where did the term the real McCoy come from? The Wild Bill revolver. Oh, here we go. State of Cody's Play Scout on the Plains. Got Wild Bill, Texas Jack Alejandro, and Buffalo Bill Cody on the right there. The legend has it upon arrival in Abilene, Hardin found on his way to the Bullheads Tavern where he met owners Phil Coe and Ben Thompson. They were still enraged by Wild Bill Hickok's alteration of the near dirty depiction of a bull they had painted on the exterior of the saloon as an advertisement. They tried to convince Hardin that he should kill Hickok. They told the young Texan that Hickok was a Yankee and that bullied former Confederate soldiers and sympathizers, especially Texans, and that he needed to be dealt with. Hardin looked at the pair and asked, "If Bill needs killing, why don't you kill him yourselves?" Hardin left the bull's head thoroughly unimpressed by the two owners. Great Western Cattle Company, Abilene, 1871. This is cool. A little diorama models, what the buildings used to look like. The lumber yard, North Craft Drugstore, Dealey Dry Goods. There's the Alamo Saloon, where we started out at. Well, it's what it would have looked like back in the day. Replica Alamo Saloon.
Hello, welcome in.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you guys? Is this an exact replica of the Alamo Saloon, or?
I don't think it's an exact replica, but it is a replica. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this is the original bar from the original Alamo Saloon.
Wow, that is cool. Wow. We go over here to the Merchants Hotel. Oh, it's like where you check in. Dinner. You know, little cash register. Visitors log. That wallpaper. Victorian wicker baby buggy, 1890 to 1910. The buffet. There's the kitchen. A wood fire stove. A couple modern appliances, and the microwave. I believe this was the exact one that Wild Bill Hickok would warm his Hot Pockets up in back in 1871. Oh, look at this table. Man, that is something. Beautiful wood table. Not sure if this furniture is period, but it's here. One last look. There's Viola's shoes. One last general store again. Company. Oh, go over here and check out the schoolhouse before we take off. Now this was moved here as well. Yes, there's another organ. Imagine the kids that went to school. You ever wonder whatever happened to them, where they went in life, the things that they've done. Here's a picture of some of the kids that went to school here. There's the schoolhouse and their teacher. There's another picture of teacher and the kids. Gosh, look how tiny these desks are. And you got bigger ones over here. You can sit two people, 2 students, whatever. Cowboy Sam and the rodeo. I think it held ice water at one point. Teacher's desk, and she has a piano up here. When was... Oh, this is an old one, because Oklahoma there still says it says territory of Oklahoma, Indian Territory. It is 1898. So yeah, I don't think that Oklahoma was a state until the 1900s. All right, guys. Well, down here at Old Town Abilene. This is Spruce Street, Northwest 3rd Street and Spruce Street in the historic district. So right here is the Masonic Temple, built in 1910. Cool American flag right on there. Looks like it's a Cypress Bridge Candle Company. There's the Nova Lodge number 98. And there's another plaque saying when this was built. Oh, that's cool. So this building doesn't look very big, but on the inside there's a little advertisement or sign. Raining 2, that is no, not all. A little hard to see with the glare, but ever seen a building, the inside having the brick wall with an advertisement or a saying on it? A buffalo mural. The I Like campaign was based on the nickname of Dwight Eisenhower, 5-star general renowned for his military leadership and presidency. As supreme commander of the Allied forces in Europe during World War II, Eisenhower became an attractive candidate for both Republicans and Democrats in the post-war era. The catchy slogan helped the campaign gain momentum, leading to Eisenhower's presidential victories in 1952 and 1956. Very cool Abilene mural is the Little Ike Park. Very nice. It was dedicated in 2002. Beautiful little park. Sitting area. Nice shade under the tree. And here we've got a young Ike. Young General Eisenhower there. Alright, cowboy boot. Painted red, white, and blue. 250th anniversary. Part of was a windmill at one point. The blades. This building. From this building, United Press International processed and sent wire photos of the Eisenhower funeral, April 2nd, 1969. Built in 1925. Used to look like, this is 300 block street looking south. Cowboy parking only. These old stairs. Ooh, there's Mr. John Wayne. And we got some, these old saddles. Dang. That is cool. Ooh, this is like an old saloon. This place is freaking awesome. Look at this. Wow. We go over here. We got some pool tables. It's hard to see with this plasticky stuff. Man. Yeah. It's really hard to see right there. This is called Shockey and Land's Furniture and Gifts. Okay. Very neat. There's another abandoned place. Now it's called Gina's. It's a beauty salon. Or maybe it was a beauty salon at one point. Looks like it's abandoned now. Yeah, looks like they're doing some renovations, but tin ceiling up there and the old wood floors. Definitely tell this has been here for a minute. I don't know, late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. Right here, it's Amanda's Bakery and Bistro. They're closed today, but I've eaten in here before. Pretty good food. Oh, a mural. Kansas statehood, 1861 to 1961. There's the Sunflower Hotel. I'll go down here, down Northwest 3rd, and then we'll come back to the Sunflower. This is Tossed and Sauce Pizza. Great name. This is the United Trust building here on Northwest 3rd, built in 1887. We'll zoom in on it here. You can see it a little bit better. Was the telephone building. It was built in 1921. Hey, nothing's coming, nothing's coming. Gonna walk over here to the Sunflower building and see if we can learn something about that. It was built in 1931. Hotel Sunflower. And it's on the National Register of Historic Places. Well, here's a down this little alleyway right here. Well, placard right here on the hotel. Anyway, on June 4th, 1952, then General Dwight D. Eisenhower announced in his hometown of Abilene that he was running for President of the United States. These images are from a TV. Oh, you can scan these. This QR code. The I Like Ike presidential ad was produced by Walt Disney's brother, Roy, with music by Irving Berlin. These images are mounted on the east wall of the Sunflower Hotel from the hotel's balcony. Since removed, so they were mounted on there. They've been gone. But that's, oh no, here they are. They were not removed. Like the images from the show, from the advertisement. There's Ike Elephant, the Republican mascot. People marching, highlight with Ike signs and farmer on a tractor. And then we got vote for Ike Eisenhower. Down this alleyway on the side of the Hotel Sunflower or Sunflower Hotel. Ever how you want to say it. It's up to you. Coal chute. If people come by and drop the coal down in that chute, they can stay warm. This is Harvey Drug, established in 1870. This building was built in 1880 though. So the pharmacy itself was established in 1870. But the drugstore here, the building was in 1880. Check out that drug sign, Trap Drug. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it here. Yeah, look at the stonework in this building. Union Pacific System Overland. This was built in 1928. They got another giant cowboy boot. Reminds me of walking around Cheyenne, Wyoming. I love going to Cheyenne. I want to go back there. Here, got this screen so you can find upcoming events, things to do, shopping. All right, let's see here. Things to do. Got the store. There's the Sunflower Hotel we were just at. Or Tossed and Sauce. I mean, just scroll up. We were just there, world's largest Ike button. We were there at the little Ike Park. Jeff Coat. The Bison mural. Yeah. They're closed. It is Sunday. There's some of the visitor center. See that much? Small radiator heater. Oh, telephone. The red box. And while we're here in Abilene, Kansas, we're going to see the world's largest belt buckle. All right, I think it's going to do it here in Abilene, Kansas. Standing out here in front of Riddle's Western Wear and in front of the second largest spur in the world. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button to keep up with future videos. And as always, keep exploring.